Good evening, I am Angel. Welcome to the channel. I want to tell you about this book I bought last year, Japan Does Not Give Two Chances, by Peruvian writer Augusto Higa Oshiro, who studied Peruvian and Latin American literature at San Marcos National University in Lima and has written a number of stories and novels. In 2017, he was granted Meritorious Personality of Culture by the Ministry of Culture in Peru. This is the first book I have read by him, and as you know that I am appealed by everything Asian, I bought it straight away. This is the second edition after 25 years, can you believe it? Published by Estación La Cultura for its publisher Animal de Invierno here in Lima, Peru. With 272 pages divided in an introduction and 24 chapters, this is an account of the year and a half between 1990 and 1992 that the author spent in his ancestors' land, Japan, that attractive country, symbol of both technology and politeness, of eternal characters like geisha and samurai. There, he worked for 5 companies, and broadly speaking, we can perceive a bittersweet experience, more bitter than sweet, we have to say. This is a group of Nikkei, or descendants of Japanese, who escaped from the horrible social and financial situation our country had been enduring, a country where Mr. Higa's monthly wage did not exceed $80, and they got a chance to work in Japan. Rather than settling down there, their purpose was to save as much as they could so as to open a business in our country. Being of Japanese descent, the question was, would they adapt easily? So there are various aspects in this book that have interested me. The sophistries that job agencies used, the limited rights foreign workers had, the extra hours without any payment, a lot of deductions of their salaries, stress because of hard work at Sawafuji, a factory I really hated, as I hated the others. Everything was against them in general and against our author in particular, who was about 44 when he arrived in Japan, not so old but not so young for the demanding physical work. Every type of barriers. The neighbors, so stereotypically Japanese, who on the one hand showed remarkable politeness, you can see it on page 60, but on the other hand called the police to complain about them. The language, Nihongo, who nobody managed to master. The lifestyle, which had so little of Japanese and so much of Peruvian. As a character laments, there are not Peruvians in Peru and not Japanese in Japan. Who are they? Koji Murakami, one of the characters, answers this on page 61. We are on the border. We are in a limbo. At the same time, I perceive some lack of desire to adjust to the new country, that unwillingness to obey rules, so Peruvian and so negative, not only inside our Nikkei group, but, and this was such a discovery to me, the fake Nikkei. Peruvians who didn't have any Japanese ancestry but had some plastic surgery so as to change the shape of their eyes, and they also got false documents. So desperate and amoral were they so as to dare to do that? Illegal practices shared by Japanese companies like Shin Nihon, contrary to that ideal image we tend to have of Japan. Vivid descriptions of coexistence, many times in overcrowded houses and rooms among the immigrants, detailed accounts of the factories, the immigration process, and each character, like Teresa Nomura, who complained that women earned less, or the unfriendly and cold Elena Taira, or Miguel Camisato, who scammed everyone. The psychological effect all of this had at a personal level: stress, insomnia, frustration. Was it even possible, as stated on page 198, to achieve that imperturbable state of mind like a roboto or robot? So, in times when immigration to Peru is debated in such a heated way, this book shows us the other aspect, so old yet so current, of the Peruvians living in foreign lands. Foreign, as in this case, even though their parents and grandparents come from there. After 25 or well, already 26 years of its first publication, I've liked this first book I have read by Mr. Higa and I highly recommend it. Bye bye.